What's going on, guys? Day 2 of the Earthship build. We got everything leveled off here. There's sand that's tamped down below the plastic, and then we bermed it up with heavier dirt so that it stabilized. We got to bring in a ton of dirt for this side, and in general, this is one thing that you have to prepare for. And we don't have really room to store the dirt, so it's just gonna have to happen in phases. Day 2 was a little frustrating. Day 1 actually went really well because we got the, I'm just gonna go up and pan around here. We got the quite a few tires pounded on day 1. We're using 245 75/16s at the bottom. That's one thing that no one really talks about, what tires they're using. We decided to use the 245 75/16s because that's the ones that I had most of at the time that are the biggest, because in these Earthships builds you have to obviously go at a smaller diameter as you go up, and your thickness your tread thickness, you want to be smaller as you go up as well. So you start with the biggest tire that you want to pound. The 245s are a little difficult to pound, I must say. It takes quite a bit of dirt. So just, I guess you can start with 235s if you'd like. That'd probably be a better route, but we have so many 245s that's what we're going to roll with. And so, one thing I noticed that was happening as we were going on this row here, I got them, all the tires that are pounded are covered in plastic, by the way, just in case it rains. You really don't want to, have all your work wash away. So we covered everything that we have done so far with tarps. And this whole site is covered with plastic because I don't want to lose level. So any kind of rainfall, I think these tarps cost about $100 a piece, so there's $200 in tarps that are covering this whole thing, maybe a little more than that, but $250 at the most, and it's well worth it. So my struggle today, the reason why I feel a little defeated was, as we were going with this row here, I want to point to it, as we were going down the row, everything is level to each other. It's leveled, you level a tire onto itself and then onto the next one. And we were going, it was going great over here, moving. And I have a transit that I shoot every once in a while, and as we were getting farther out, we were getting a higher height on the tire, just a slight height difference, but we had to start beefing up the tires even more as we were going. It was like, what the heck's going on? So I shot it, and the tire was a little higher as we were going through. And I think you can get that if you just get a little bit off level as you're going up. If it's just a hair, obviously if you're going uphill, it's still level, but it's just off a little bit. So it was about 1 or 2 inches off. So what I ended up doing was I kind of stopped and regrouped, and stopped in the middle here and created like a master tire to go off of. So we tampered it down as we're going here, and then leveled it off, and there's orange paint, as you can see on this one tire here. I'm gonna walk over here, there's orange paint. So what I'm going to try to end up doing is about every 4 tires or so I'm gonna shoot. I don't honestly know if this is gonna matter, because it seems that these tires just kind of absorb the level on the next row. You can kind of just level it off, but I want to make sure that the first row is flush, and we'll see how that plays out, because I just want to make sure that the front, the lowest row is just pretty dang close to level. And then after that, I hope it's going to be a breeze. It also, the ground kind of, because it's sand, it sort of, loses its shape a little bit as you're pounding, which, it'll never settle, per se, but you know, in the beginning when you're pounding the tires, it's going to move the sand a little bit. So that's one thing that has caused the frustration. But once we get to the next row, I think we'll be good to go. So feeling a little defeated today, but yeah, I'm a little more optimistic now that I kind of found a solution to this tire here. We just basically tampered it down and sloped it down just a hair on each tire. And I'm hoping on the next row that's going to just absorb into the whole thing. All right, guys, take care.